Okay, ladies, we are videotaping what you would want to put in your day pack. Here's Laurel.
Hello. So this is the pack that Karen and I both had. We had the same pack,
Yeah,
right?
it's the Osprey, and it's fantastic.
Yes, it's wonderful. You can see that it's pretty small, so it's more like, you know, a day pack, definitely. But the nice thing about it is it did go around your hips.
Yeah.
So it did give support throughout the day, and it has all these wonderful things so you can keep little odds and ends everywhere. There's all these little packets. It even has a place for you to hang your poles on it. There's also a place for you to put your passport, as well as a place for you to hook your water bag in here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the really important thing about whichever backpack, day pack you get, or a backpack in general, is you don't want the weight on your shoulders at all. You want the weight to be on that hip belt, and once we fill this up for you to see, put it on Laurel so you can see what that looks like. But
Yes.
yeah.
And you do want to make sure you're fitted in your pack, because different packs fit people in different ways, and if your pack doesn't fit you, you're going to be miserable within a couple of hours. So make sure that it fits you very, very well.
And you'll see on this one, it actually has different, it's adjustable, and,
Yeah.
and a good pack should be adjustable, so
Right.
you can actually change the height and everything on it. So,
Yes.
Yeah, that's why we love Osprey.
It's such a good pack. So the first thing that you want to make sure you do every day, no matter what pack you get, is that you actually have one of the water bags. You want to fill that up every day, because you'll be surprised at how much water that you'll actually drink. So I'm just going to stuff this in here, even though it's not filled with water. But that's the first thing that goes in. Now remember, this is going to take up probably 1/3 of the weight in your pack. So think light when you're thinking about things you're going to put in your pack.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, Karen, you also carried a water bottle
On the
with you,
side,
did. She carried one on the side.
I don't even think I had the hydration pack inside. I think I just did the water bottle.
You just did a water bottle?
Pretty sure. I just kept filling it up.
Now, another really important thing is when you're walking the Camino, you're going to walk with your shell on your bag, attached to your bag some way. And that lets everyone in the community know that you are a pilgrim, that you're on the Camino as a pilgrim. And so it allows you to get pilgrim meals. It allows you to just to be recognized as a pilgrim, which actually does mean quite a bit along the trail.
Yeah.
So
Very
this was our
important piece.
scallop shell. Now, the other thing that's incredibly important that you have every single day, you need to have your passport, okay? Do not ever let this be off of your body, except when you check in at your hotel. They're gonna ask you for your passport, and they'll probably keep it for you overnight. You will also have a Camino passport, and that's for you to get stamps in every single interesting place that you pass along, and that will identify how far you've walked so that you can actually get your certificate of completion.
Yep.
And have a credit card, okay? Put that in your passport. And you also want to have some change, because sometimes you're in really rural areas and they may not accept credit cards.
In fact, remember there was that kind of rule where no one will exchange if you have a equivalent of a $20 or 20 a note of 20, that they won't take anything over that. So you have to have small change. You have to have small notes and
Yes.
small change available
Small
on
change.
the Camino.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, so I've packed those. The other thing that's really important that you keep with you is your sunglasses, whether it's, you know, summertime, fall, winter. Keep some sunglasses with you. You definitely want to have your phone with you. Even if you're not getting local Wi-Fi coverage, you can get GPS coverage. If you connect at the hotel onto Wi-Fi and you download your map for the day, you can stay in GPS connection, and it'll help show you where you are on the map, and that can be very, very helpful thing.
And also to take pictures too. I just use
Yes.
my phone. Some people take cameras. I did have a camera, I think, and so did you.
Yeah,
but we used our
we
phones.
never used it.
Yeah.
We used our phones.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The other thing that's important to always have with you is Ziploc baggies. You can use them for a million things. If your clothes get wet throughout the day, you can put them in there. If you find interesting things, you can put them in there.
Yeah.
I mean, there are just so many things that we found use for baggies.
Speaking of bags, one thing we don't have here, which we should probably mention, is take a garbage bag with you, because
Yes.
it's great as a covering for
cover.
rain, for your backpack, for you to keep warm, or various other things. So.
Yes, absolutely have one of those. The next thing that's important is some snacks throughout the day. You want to have some snacks, and you want to pack these in an area where you can actually keep them accessible throughout the day. And then the next most important thing is change of socks. Because essentially, at least twice a day, you want to change your socks. You don't want your feet getting sweaty
And wet.
and
hot,
because that will be blister time. So
Yeah, that's
change of socks.
blister material. Right
Blister
there.
material. So next would be your blister kit. So I like to have tape. This kind of tape can be torn into multiple size pieces. This is a great thing to have. Band-Aids or Compeed. Compeed is more like a what would you call it? It's
Well, it's a first
like a
aid
plastic
ointment,
cover.
Yeah, specifically for blisters.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it gets kind of puffy to protect the skin.
You can buy it online. I don't know where you can get it.
Well, actually, Band-Aid makes some here in the U.S.
Oh,
that you
okay.
can get, but it's not called Compeed. It's called like blister treatment. But we will have some of that also on the trail for you if you're with Pampered Adventurer, but you'll still want to buy your own for your bag. Arnica gel, because you will be swollen, your feet will swell, your shoulders will hurt from your pack all day long, your low back will hurt, so Arnica is great. And something that you can only find in Spain is this ibuprofen gel. And this is literally gel with ibuprofen in it, and it works like magic. So I actually bought several tubes when I left because it was so effective for the pain in my feet and also the pain in my back at the end of the walk. And also a little tiny kit, sewing kit that has what is that called?
A safety
A
pin.
safety pin, because you can use this for a variety of things. But what most people will find they use it for is for their blisters, as a blister kit. Okay, so we'll pack all of this in there. Okay, along with feet as well, throughout the day when you break, you're probably going to want to take off your hiking boots and you're probably going to want to wear some sandals. I like to get double duty. My sandals were my Merrells because I wound up actually hiking almost the entire trail in my Merrells because of the situation of my feet. But you'll want to have at least flip-flops throughout the day, so some sort of shoes.
And it's actually a good idea to even if your feet aren't blistered or hurting, is sometimes you just want to swap them out for the sandals, just to air your feet out, because they really need to just have a break from the boots.
A headlamp is always helpful. Sometimes you're going to wind up getting up very early in the morning because you might have a 22-mile day and you want to make it back before dark. So some people prefer to walk early in the morning. Some people prefer to sleep in and walk later into the evening, but having a headlamp is always great. Plus, we're going to be staying at, on the French route, we're going to be staying at some country cottages. And sometimes that means that where you're going to be eating dinner is in the main cottage, but then your rooms are spread out at other little cottages, so you're going to need to walk in the dark from dining back to your place.
Yes.
So have
Kitty cat.
that.
This is Trixie.
That is Trixie.
He's very nice. He catches chipmunks. That's what he does all day.
So next thing is headgear. If you are walking in the summer or even in the winter, you're going to want to have something to protect yourself from the sun. So you want a hat that will smash up really, really small and is very light. You also, if you're walking anytime after September, it can be surprisingly cool in the morning and the evenings. So have a knit cap.
As well as gloves.
As well as gloves. Thin gloves is a
Yeah.
good thing.
Yeah.
Really thin.
Yeah.
Everything thin and light. The other thing that was handy for me was having an extra pair of leggings or tights. I pretty much lived in my leggings. But sometimes if it would rain or sprinkle, you'll want to be able to change into something dry. And these are so small, so they're easy to pack as a spare.
Or shorts.
Or shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Karen prefers shorts. I preferred leggings. And I guess it depends on the type of year too. So you want to have a really light, extra long sleeve layer, even in the warmer months. Sometimes you just want it to be able to protect your skin.
Yep. Layers, layers, layers.
And then you're also going to want a really compressible light jacket that you can take. And always, always have a super light rain jacket. Yes. Now, just some other things that are handy to have. Bug spray. We prefer, of course, the essential oil form, but you can also choose a DEET. This is another oil that Karen and I love. It's called Just Plain Relief. This has helichrysum and peppermint oil, and it can be used for a variety of things, but it works really well for pain. Having wipes so that you can clean up your feet if you have to do any sort of blister care. You want to make sure your wound is clean before you dress it.
Oh, one other thing we didn't mention, toilet paper of some sort.
Oh, yes.
Or tissues.
Oh,
or
absolutely.
Kleenex.
A little
Or
package
even
of
that would work
tissues.
too, but
Yeah.
that's what reminded me of that.
Little package of tissues is so good to have.
Because you can never trust that if you find a restroom that it will have toilet paper.
Ibuprofen for any sort of pain, although you don't want to take something this big. Daily lip treatment. Powder is handy to keep your feet dry, to put inside your socks. Gold Bond works actually better than
Yeah.
baby powder.
And you can get a little Gold Bond. I've
Yes.
got one. You can get it from like Walmart or Walgreens rather. Yeah.
And then this is a sunscreen, an actual stick sunscreen, so that you don't run the risk of it getting all over the place and it lasts long. Emergency packets are great to have, or some form of vitamin B that you could use for energy along the trail is also. This is an absorbent tiny towel. You might find along the trail that you come across rivers or tiny little streams of water, or it might rain and you need to dry off your feet or dry off your body. And these are super absorbent and they take up very little space. And this little doodad, if you're walking in the summer, it actually has gel beads in it, and if you soak it in the sink at night, it gets very puffy and very cold, and when you wear it around your neck, it'll keep you cool throughout the day. So this is another handy thing if you're walking in the,
Do you
in the
remember where
summer.
you got that, Laurel? Was it online?
I just got this online on, I
Cool
think on
necktie or
Amazon.
something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
neck cooler. And then these are my poles. So if I wasn't walking with them, I had them attached to my bag. And the other thing is you're also going to have a book on the Way of St. James, which has the maps every day. But what's so great is we will be providing you every day with just the daily stretch that you'll be walking. So you don't have to carry this really heavy book. You can. I don't know why you'd want to, but you can carry just the one piece of paper that you want. Handy to put it in one of those plastic bags so
Yeah.
it doesn't
And
get
then on
wet.
the flip side we have...
That's the next day.
Yeah, yeah.
But this shows you how long in miles.
And the grade.
And the grade, so you know when you're going to be going uphill, downhill, and also all the little towns and some little markers of things you'll want to check out throughout the day. But that is our pack. I'm going to show you. And this pack weighs probably 7 pounds. You never want to go more than 10 for your daily pack. But as you can see, here we go. Get ready to go.
Perfect.
And off.
Yep. See how this right here is taking all the weight of her pack on her hip bones.
Yes.
And it's super comfortable. And it's so adjustable. They're great.
I love this too because it has all these little things, dilly-dally things that you can hang things on, which was really convenient.
Yep.
So
So there's your backpack.
that's what you want to pack every day.
Yay.
Bye-bye.